Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel on another how-to. Today we're going to be covering overlays and lip sync. We're going to really focus on that, how to do that. Also, I'd like to mention if you want to go ahead and check out some of my albums on Bandcamp or buy some of my merchandise on Bonfire, that would be greatly appreciated. All profits will be going to the California wildfires relief as of this recording. It may change to a different charity later on, but everything's for charity. It's going to help people, and you get a great product as well, high quality merchandise or a nice album. So please check that out. All right, and the links should be below in the comments. I'm sorry, in the description below. Okay, so with that being said, let's dive into this. So to start with, we're going to have a track that's been generated in Suno. Get over there. Okay, today we're going to be working with Bay's little ditty. Now you notice that I've already generated some tracks related to that. So here's the main track right here. That's already been generated. So basically what you're going to want to do here before anything actually is to open up GIMP, which is free. You can use other software if you prefer, but I like to use GIMP. So what you're going to need to do is generate a new file, and you want to make it 640 by 640. Okay, that's what you're going to do. And then basically you want it 100% black, so all zeros, no numbers there. Okay, so once that's 100% black, we're just going to take our tool and bam. That's all you need, 100% black background. And you want to save it as a PNG file. I already have that done, but basically you need, that's step one. You need a 100% black tile, basically, saved as a PNG file. Okay, so once that's done, go to Suno. Have your, once your track's generated, click here on the three-dot menu, go to Edit, Song Details, and add that image. You want it 100% black. Okay, once you've done that, go back to the three-dot menu, download, and make sure to regenerate your video first before downloading. Otherwise, you're going to get that thumbnail and it's not going to work out right. So you need to be 100% black background. So that's been done. And then also for the lip sync to work, go to create and get stems. Now you're going to notice that when you get stems, it generates a vocal track and an instrumental. I don't really need the instrumental at all. You just need the vocals, which I've already downloaded and stuff, but just to show you, that's what you need to do lip sync. If you do the normal one, you're going to get bad lip sync because it's going to get confused with the normal music. So you need to separate out the vocals. Okay, and then sometimes it can get confused if you have backup vocals and stuff like that. But that's the nature of the beast. This is going to give you the best results. So if you get the vocal track. Okay, so now that we have that, what we're going to do here is open up Audacity. And like I said, I've already done a lot of the work to save time in this video, but this is just to show you how to do it. So basically, go to Audacity here, and you take that vocal track you generated right here, vocal track that we downloaded already, and drag it into Audacity, and it should look something like this. Okay, you notice that there's no music here, it's just vocals. See, play it.
When the midnight rides and death hums its.
Okay, so that's just the vocals there. Okay, so what you're going to want to do now is click right around the 2-minute mark, and you see a nice little line there. Now, you need to look at these numbers down here as well. So basically, you want to get as close to 2 minutes as possible, but not over. So, as you can see, this is like it goes down to 1 minute 59 seconds, 0.75. Now, sometimes you get as close as 0.9. That's ideal, but 0.75 is pretty good. I mean, sometimes you go down a little bit more and then back up. It'll get there, but not in this case. So at 0.75, that's fine. And then just hold shift down and highlight the rest of the track. Okay. Then you're just going to hit Control X to cut. And then you should have a 2-minute, just slightly under 2-minute track. Then you go to File, Export Audio, Export to Computer. And you're going to want to say this is an MP3. Make sure it's got a good sample rate. 44 to 48 is really good. Kilohertz there. Bitrate mode should be variable, and we want the best quality. Okay, it's going to give you really high quality track. And usually what I like to do here is just label it like number 1, number 2, number 3. This way I know what order they go in. Order really helps because when you chop it up like that. Okay, and then you just hit export and it'll save it for you. Now, basically what we did here was we chopped it into 3 tracks. And the second track, just hold the control key down, mouse wheel down, and then select none here. And then again, right around that 2-minute mark. But you want slightly less. So 0.8 is good. Let's see if I can get to 0.9. Sometimes it will go there. Yeah, there it goes. See, 59.917. That's the maximum you want to go. You never want to hit 2 minutes, ever. But you want as close to 2 minutes as possible. And then you just highlight the rest. Like that. Control X. And then export. And then same with the third track. And that one you don't really need to do much because it's less than 2 minutes. You just export it. Okay. And now these are the exports that I've already done. Again, just to save time there. Now that the exports are done, what we're going to do here. Now, there are several programs out there that will do lip sync. CapCut can do it. That's a maximum of 45 seconds. Clean can do it. That's a maximum of 10 seconds. This is the longest one. I have not found anything longer. I mean, if somebody knows something that could do longer tracks of lip sync, that would be awesome. Go ahead and let me know. Put a comment down there for me. But if not, this is the one that's best for me. This is called Adobe Animate. Here's the link. I'll put the link in the description as well. Adobe.com/express, create animation. Free to use, no credit card. And I've not found a limit here for animations. So you just click on create now. And what you're going to do is go on the character tab, select mouth only. It does have other characters you can play around with. You only want the mouth. And then once you have that, go to your background. Now, I recommend a green background, but you can make that any color as long as it's different from your lips. You definitely want a good contrast between the lips and the background. Again, green's great. Make other colors if you want, but I prefer green for the green screen effect. Yes. Okay. And then you see this little slider here. We can make the lips bigger, smaller, whatever we want. But usually I like to do it at 100%. Just the regular size it comes in. Okay. And then you just hit browse and upload your vocal track. Now, and then just let it do its thing. Now, the main trick with this website, if you say navigate away to do something else like this or whatever, and then come back to it thinking, oh, it'll finish on its own. No, it'll get stuck. That's the only downfall of this. But if you just sit there and just let it happen, it only takes a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes tops, you'll get something like this. Okay, and output file. I chose this mouth because of the character we're working with. Is going to be the Grim Reaper. Here's what he looks like. But you can also choose lips or something like that. So I'm going to animate that mouth. That's what we're working at with. Okay, so that's what I chose. Now you'll notice that
An outlaw's lullaby.
it animates the mouth, just as expected. And then you go ahead and download that track. Okay, so once those tracks are generated, they should look something like these MP4 files. which I've already previously generated.
When the midnight rides and
So this should look like that. Okay. Then when that's all done, the last step that I like to do is generate a visualizer, which really looks beautiful and will really make your video stand out. Now, there are many, many different free visualizers out there. I used to use Spectre, but I found EchoWave to be better. And here's why. EchoWave is 100% free unless you want to pay for it. But here's why I really love EchoWave. Okay, so you click on new video with EchoWave here. It'll take a little bit to load up the project. And then you click upload photo, video, or audio. You only want to upload the audio here. There's the MP3 for the song. You don't want to upload anything else. You can play with it and do other things with it than what I do. But basically, this is what you want to do. Now, the audio should be there.
when the midnight rides.
There it is. Okay. So what I like is that you can custom build your visualizer out with these tools. So like you'll drag a section here and be like, okay, it's kind of cool. And then, you want to do that to the color, make it a bright orange, because this will go with the artwork I did, but you can make it whatever color you want. Transparency, semi-transparent. Okay, and then we'll so that's right click right there, duplicate it, flip it over. Now, the only thing I don't like about it, this is if you pick one of these, it won't flip it. It'll only rotate it, which I don't like. I really wish they would let me flip it as well, so I can mirror it like this. Mirroring is cool. All right, so that's done, and then we go ahead and like do this, and you can stretch that out, make it fat. And I like to play around with these opacities here. Let's duplicate that. Okay. And you can get some really cool effects this way. And, you can create your own visualizer.
When the midnight rides.
Okay, and then when you're done, you should export video and download it. Okay. Anyway, so that happened. All right, so we've already done that for you. And the reason why I was using orange and white is because it's going to go with my background here, which looks like that. Yeah. And so we already have that visualizer already imported and made.
When the midnight rides and death.
For this video that I'm making. Okay. Now we've got all that done. We just load up our assets into CapCut. And then we start building out the video. So you just want to do your intro here. Intro. Okay. Where did my final drop go? Oh, I guess I didn't import that. Thought I was ready to go. Sorry about that. I had everything loaded up. Okay. All right. So this is going to be a single available on Bandcamp as well. So we're kind of subtly advertising that. It's going to be my album cover. And I really love this effect. It's called Player 2. It's going to give it like an old school record look and feel to it. So yeah, I really love that effect. That's kind of cool. Makes it feel vinyl. Okay, so now that we're almost here. What I'm going to do is now start loading in my background. As previously explained in the video, in my previous video, you kind of want to loop there. I'm going to start with that scene. We definitely want to start with a... Okay, so I'm going to drop it lower now. Let's see how this works out. Let's give... Yeah. All right, let's see how this works out. Hopefully it works the way I planned on it. So this is my actual track here. Let's see.
When the midnight rides and death hums its tune, only the wild dare sing their last ditty under the pale moon.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's go ahead and fade that out. Let's try 5 seconds. Let's see how that works.
Ditty under the pale moon.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work nice. Okay, now we're gonna do our animation. So we're gonna do this. So again, you're gonna start with a still image. I'll do a little transition there later. But you're gonna start with a still image, and then we're gonna animate it. Just like I've shown in the previous video.
I rolled into town on chrome and fire, midnight engine growling like a beast desire.
Okay, so if you want to know how to fully loop that, you can look into my other video, but there's a start of our loop there. That'll be enough to show you the other tricks of the trade here. So basically we do that. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to start at the beginning of the loop. Actually, no, here's where the visualizer will kick in, because we didn't visualize that, which is fine. We don't need it. So what I want to do here is actually have it fade in. And since I'm a pro user, I might as well show off some of these pro effects here. So why not?
When the midnight...
Ooh, that's gonna look neat. I believe. Okay, well, anyway, so we want to pull this up to about here. Turn the audio off for this track, because you want to hear the master track. You don't want to hear whatever we did there. And then we're going to move the background here, chroma key it, pick the black section. See, it's all black there. And then we're just going to make that a number 1, the intensity. And that should give us maximum effect. Now, just to check it, make sure it's where you want it to be. Drag your lyrics over it. That's a little low. So you're going to click over here and put it. Yeah, that should work right there. Okay, so we can go ahead and safely delete that. You won't get rid of this, so you're fine there. That's where our visualizer is going to go. Now you notice that little watermark thing? You can't see it because it's way up here somewhere. It's gone. You cannot see the watermark at all. Looks nice and professional. Really nice. Again, that's why I love that website. Customize your visualizer. Put it anywhere you want on the screen. Make it transparent. You can see that nice background you worked so hard to animate. Beautiful, beautiful things. Okay. Now, we're going to put in our singer here. Okay, and you'll notice I already generated him with a transparent background. Again, you can do that in GIMP. or any other software like that. Now, because of the way his picture cuts off, I'm going to put him over here, but you can put him very much anywhere you want. So yeah, I'm going to put him over here. Should be okay, right? Let's see. Yeah, it'll be okay. All right. So basically, yeah, normally you just drag it all the way out to the end of the track. But either way, you just drop that image right there. He's a still image against a moving background. Great. And there's that visualizer there in the background. So far, so good. Now, normally what I would do is I would, in GIMP, edit this photo and like copy patches of his skin here and overlay that on his mouth, and then use what's called a smudge tool to make it looks nice and smooth, like his mouth isn't there. But this one, I'm not going to do that because he's a skeleton and the way I animated the mouth. But yeah, and so you want the vocals number 1. Now you notice when you overlay that, it doesn't look very good. It's kind of ugly, right? Well, here's how we do to fix that issue. First, make sure the audio is muted. Should be no audio for this track. Same as what we did with this one. Again, we don't want that interfering with our master track down here. All right, and then you can go ahead and remove the background. So we're going to chroma key that. Again, make sure you pick the green section, not your lips. Okay, it should be green. From experience, I know the chroma key for this one's 5, but you can play with these numbers, make it what you like. Now, since I am a pro user, I will also feather the edge and clean it up to make it look even better. And then you're going to go here to the basic. Remove flickers if you're a pro user. That will really make it nice and smooth. If you're not a pro user, sorry, it still works. Don't get me wrong, but it just works better. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to scale this because this is a little too big for his mouth. Let's kind of move it to a section where we can see it a little bit better. There's his mouth there. Okay, so we're going to scale that. Come on. All right, so we'll start with 50%, but we'll see if that might be too big, but we'll see. Okay, so basically just match it up with his current mouth. Yeah, it's a little too big. All right, so let's scale it down a little more. How about 40? Okay, he's kind of got to find the right number. All right, very good. Kind of get a better idea what it looks like there. Okay, this needs to come up just a little bit. Okay, so to move it up, it's saying a negative value, so we need to add to this, not subtract. So we're going to make that 100. See if that is the sweet spot there, maybe. Yeah, it's pretty close. Let's make it 95. Let's move it up just a bit. Tiny bit. Yeah, you really want it to line up where his actual mouth is. Make it 90. Okay. So sometimes you got to play with the numbers a little bit, and you'll get a feel for it once you've had some experience like me. Okay, beautiful. Lines up perfectly. Barely tell. Yeah, you can't really tell it's there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. All right, and then let's animate.
When the midnight rides and death hums. When the midnight rides and death hums its tune, only the wild dare sing their last ditty under the pale moon.
So that's how you get perfect lip sync in 2 minutes at a time. Again, you can try it in other tools if you want, but I have not found anything that does it longer than 2 minutes. So yeah, 2 minutes right there. That's really nice and long. You see that compared to like clean, which will do it 10 seconds, and like I said, you can do it in CapCut, but that's like 45. So you'd have to chop it up into many more pieces, which is a lot more work. And I try to do this as little work as possible and as quickly as possible. Okay, so next we want to add our lyrics overlay. So remember that video that we generated in CapCut? I'm sorry, not in CapCut, in Suno. We've downloaded that. As you can see, it's all black, because we replaced this image with a black image. And basically, you just want to do the same thing. Just turn down the volume, mute it, go to your video, remove background, chroma key it, highlight the black, and make that a number 1. And voila! Lyrics. Saves you a lot of time. I mean, you could do it manually if you want, type it all into CapCut, generate the text, all that stuff. This is a lot quicker. Very, very good shortcut here.
When the midnight rides and death hums its tune,
There you go. You
only
got your
the
lyrics.
wild dare sing their last ditty under the pale moon.
All right. And so that's basically all you have to do to get that to work out. Again, it's all about layers and getting your video layered right and with the right effects. Really, that's it. So thank you again so much for liking and subscribing to my channel. And again, feel free to reach out to me in the comments section. Or leave a comment, like, and check out my source, man. Help support me. I really like doing what I do, and I couldn't do that without you. Thank you again so much, and thank you. Say awesome.